I was looking for a job, just moved out here with my husband, and they contacted me, and I was like, what's this bank about?
I was a customer of the bank and still am.
My father started banking with the bank in the 50s with his organization, and I wanted to move into banking, and so I got a job here at the bank.
What was my very first job? I was a teller.
I started as a teller 16 years ago.
I don't know, because that's like, that's kind of where you would start at a bank.
Started on the teller line.
Worked my way through the teller line.
I was just a little kid. When I came into the bank and at that branch, no one had been there less than 5 years. So it was very reassuring to have all these people who not only were very experienced, but very eager to help me do what I needed to do to be successful.
My first day at work, started as a teller. Got the pleasure of meeting the second generation, Gus Walker, who actually hired me. You had to do an interview with him before you got hired, even as a teller.
You're always nervous starting a new job.
I learned one very important lesson then. It was raining. We had a flood upstairs, and you've got the chairman of the board, the president of the bank, and myself bailing water off the roof of our building. That gives you some idea of what their work ethics are.
Honesty and integrity are probably the biggest for me. The bank has been around since 1907, strongest in California. And I think the bank got that way by doing the most honest thing every day for all the customers. But a lot of our customers already know that because their parents told them and their grandparents told them as well when they were kids.
I think the value that I value the most would be faith. Because it seems to kind of carry through the company. The Walker family is so much involved in nonprofit, so they are definitely an example for their employees of how we can pay it forward and also help other people.
Our community looks to us for support, and we've always been there. We have always been a community bank that services its community.
Very, very different culture.
How would I describe the atmosphere? Well,
it is very much like a work family.
Family, you can feel it as you walk from office to office.
A family environment.
All about family, it's not just a business, but they want to get to know you.
The family orientation of the bank.
I have family that works here. I have friends that work here.
It really is. We're working with friends.
Some of them for 20, 25 years.
They care about you. They want to see you succeed. If they see something that I'm kind of have a weak point at, they help me up.
That's actually the best part of the job. When you see someone green and coming in and they're kind of wide-eyed and they don't really know what they're doing. They just need a job.
No experience at all. That kind of drive me to, what if this is for me? Because you never know unless you try it out.
And then you start to see them grow and move through the process.
You started, and it was kind of like the beginning of my career. And even then, I think I kind of knew that.
You connect them with mentors that can help them, and then they end up being managers of branches or operations managers. That's the most rewarding part of the job.
Banking is all about relationships.
You get to know them by name.
I get invited to all kinds of family events, things that are very personal and very poignant for those families.
Generational customer, a grandfather, mother, son, all bank with us, all bank at our branch. We know them all personally.
My mom always said you're never too poor as to not be able to share. And I see that value exemplified here because people are always willing to give of themselves and give of their time. And people mean what they say, and they say what they mean.
We are a family bank, and our emphasis is on service, both in the good times and the bad times. And they have the resources of the Walker family behind them, as well as me personally. When they step in the door, they're stepping into the best financial institution that's possible. Certainly one with the greatest financial strength, and one that's going to be here perhaps for the next 100 years, at least.